It's technology. We influence the future. But we frequently start to think too far ahead. Frequently, the promise is not carried out as quickly or effectively as we had anticipated. Certain technologies frequently make the news as the media looks for the next great thing. Venture cash pours into the businesses rushing to commercialize the technology, valuations soar, marketing teams stir up excitement, and public expectations start to rise as well. So here we will be discussing about the 10 highly overrated technologies of this century. Keep watching till the end and subscribe us before starting. So here are 10 technological advancements that will fail to meet your expectations in the near future if they haven't already done so. Number 10. Self-driving cars. I am convinced that this is the way of the future. However, the consumer version that will be available in the not-too-distant future will essentially serve as a stopgap for all of the locations where we ought to have constructed a train or some other type of public transit. We still have more than a decade to go before we can buy one for our own personal usage or get into an Uber and give the address of a buddy as a destination. Number 9. HDFS. Sincerely, I now consider HDFS to be an evolutionary error. Given their cost/benefit, SANs weren't a brilliant idea, but distributed file systems are. However, HDFS is a poor design, as I've already stated. It needs to be replaced. Additionally, creating a data lake by simply dumping a number of files onto HDFS and hoping for the best is a fool's errand. Number 8. AWS. AWS is not a cheap service. I've said it there. AWS is actually somewhat expensive. You won't get magical fault tolerance from AWS. Also not magical is AWS. The majority of AWS usage do necessitate maintenance, heavy maintenance at that. With AWS, the only things you can very much guarantee are that you won't buy hardware and that you won't perform basic network configuration. However, after spending the entire day performing a sort of network configuration, some people simply read the final paragraph and began giggling uncontrollably. You won't need to shell into a switch and flash its firmware, for example, when I recommend that you should avoid low-level network settings. Number 7. Machine learning. In essence, machine learning is just arithmetic. Even while machine learning is a potent instrument that may improve the world and automate many tasks that previously were not automatable, the general conception of what it is and what it can and cannot achieve is largely inaccurate. You can't just use the machine learning stuff on any old, unclean data collection and expect to obtain accurate results. Furthermore, even if you do locate the ideal algorithm, wash and set your data properly, and get a result, you still need to test, confirm, and fine-tune that result over time. I'm not arguing that machine learning can't write poetry or jokes. I'm simply saying that until the man who tunes them does all the hard work and gives the machine the credit, the poetry and jokes will be lousy. Number 6. JavaScript. This bizarre programming language's transformation into the fundamental assembly language of the web is a horrible historical accident. I believe it is acceptable if you are merely munging HTML and performing some fundamental database operations. If not, I believe you should stay off my yard until you are able to speak like an adult. Number 5. Ransomware. With the most recent worry, CNN and friends are mostly to blame. Avoid installing arbitrary software, patch your system as soon as possible, use a firewall, make backups, and avoid using Windows. 99% of your ransomware issue has been resolved. Now, you may just format your hard drive and start over if someone encrypts your files. All of my most crucial information is backed up by the NSA, the Chinese government, and the president's employer, and is all stored on Google Drive. Number 4. DevOps. PaaS solutions that are adequate to satisfy the majority of consumers are not being produced by the industry. The majority of consumers continue to believe that they are unique snowflakes who cannot configure their web server or database in the same way as everyone else. Additionally, all SaaS providers are too busy pursuing a platform strategy to fully dominate the customer relationship and trying to build stickiness, read lock-in, for their platforms. As a result, they don't have time to make their platforms interface with anything else customers use. As a result, everyone uses shell scripting and less flexible tools and calls it DevOps, which is a lot of scripting. Number 3. Apple Keynote. This is Apple PowerPoint. In fact, it resembles PowerPoint in many ways, with the exception that cut and paste don't function properly. Every file is at least 100 megabytes in size for no apparent reason, and the drawing and layout tools are less sophisticated. But it's PowerPoint from Apple. I'm excited about a web-based future devoid of client-side installations. Number 2. This year's MacBook Pros. How can I say they were overhyped when they weren't really that hyped? I purchased a Dell with 16 gigabytes expandable to 32 gigabytes about 5 years ago, and it supported a nearly 4K monitor, too early for the standard so it had different geometry. A MacBook Pro with a faster processor is now available, however it is not quite twice as fast with the same amount of cores. It is not extendable and still only has 16 gigabytes. Everyone I deal with intends to construct a custom desktop that includes multiple GPUs. Number 1. Virtual/augmented reality. You still have a stupid expression on your face. This concludes my list. Where do you stand on the hype curve? Do let us know in the comments section below. We appreciate your feedback. And subscribe to our channel for future updates and videos. Thanks for watching.